The ceremony will begin in 2 minutes. Please take your seats and silence all electronic devices. Good morning, staff, students, and family members. I am BM1 Wyco, Class Advisor for BMA School, Class 2502. I will be your Master of Ceremonies today. I ask that you please silence your mobile and other electronic devices. On behalf of Captain Ray and Training Center Yorktown, we would like to thank all of the BMA School instructors, both in classroom and underway, and class sponsors. Without your commitment to these students, they would not be here today. We would also like to recognize the loved ones and guests in attendance for taking time to attend this important occasion. During the ceremony, please feel free to stand up, move about for photography. There are many rewarding and significant moments in the Coast Guard career. Today we will witness one of the most distinctive, advancement to Petty Officer. Third class Petty Officer is the first pay grade an enlisted member can wear collar devices. Petty Officers are also expected to take on a greater role as leaders within the Coast Guard. Would the audience please rise for the arrival of the official party? I'd like to introduce the members of the official party. The members of the official party are BM1 Matthew Wood, BMA School Instructor, Training Center Yorktown. Chief Stuart Honeycutt, Boatswain A School, Course Chief. Master Chief David Dolphin, Command Master Chief, Training Center Yorktown. Lieutenant Commander Nicholas Pavlik, Assistant Branch Chief, Boat Forces and Cutter Operations. Commander Victor Galgano, Chief Training Division, Training Center Yorktown. Captain Scott Ray, Commanding Officer, Training Center Yorktown. Guidon, post. Guidon bearer is Seaman Chambers. BMA 2502, post. BMA 2502, seats. Will the guests please be seated? The bosun's mate is the only enlisted rating that aspires to command. These graduates may someday be in command of their own cutter, station, or aids to navigation team. Along the way, they will do many things, including navigating cutters and small boats, protecting our marine environment, enforcing federal laws and treaties, conducting search and rescue operations, maintaining ports, waterways, and aids to navigation, defense operations, mentoring junior personnel, and managing a multitude of challenging and dynamic responsibilities. I would now like to welcome Chief Honeycutt to say a few words.
Good morning. Once again, thank you to Captain Ray, friends and family for joining us today on this special occasion. I'd also like to thank the entire BMA Schoolhouse and Underway staff and the many other instructors that have assisted in making this day possible for these students. Would those instructors in attendance please stand? These members have gone above and beyond to mentor, guide, and instruct these students, so thank each and every one of you for your service. Today will mark the end of your journey here at Training Center Yorktown and begin your journey as bosun mates and third-class petty officers in the U.S. Coast Guard. The staff and I are proud to send the Coast Guard the newest bosun mates into the fleet. And as you continue your leadership journey, I offer you some parting advice. Lead by example. From the deck plate level, be present, be intentional, and be active with your crews, leading from the front and never from behind. Be consistent. Enforce standards uniformly on yourselves and establish credibility to enforce them on others. Challenge the process. Just because something has always been done a certain way doesn't mean there isn't a better way to achieve the same outcome. Strive to improve processes and leave them better than you inherited them. Lastly, have fun. Your careers will take you to some incredible destinations and forge lifelong friendships. Do what you love and call it work. With that, let's get to the good part. BMA 2502, attention. Ready, face, lead out. Inboard, face, cover. At this time, we'd like to invite anyone who will be participating in the pinning of collar devices to please join us by standing with their graduate. Captain Ray, would you please join me at the podium to read the advancement certificate?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll let you get a minute to get in place. Your cue to begin the pinning will be when you hear me say, "I do appoint." Okay. Uniformed personnel, attention to advancement. To all who shall see these presents, greetings. Know ye that reposing special trust and confidence in the fidelity and abilities of these Coast Guardsmen, I do appoint them bosun mates, third-class petty officers of the United States Coast Guard to rank as such from the 13th day of December, 2024. These appointees will therefore carefully and diligently discharge the duties of the grade to which appointed, by doing and performing all manner of things thereunto pertaining. And I do strictly charge and require all personnel of lesser grade to render obedience to appropriate orders. And these appointees are to observe and follow such orders and directions as they be given from time to time by superiors acting according to the rules and articles governing the discipline of the Armed Forces of the United States of America. Given under my hand at Yorktown, Virginia, this 13th day of December, 2024, signed, Scott A. Ray, Captain, Commanding Officer, Training Center, Yorktown, Virginia. Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations. Will the guests please be seated? BMA 2502. Ready. Face. Forward. March. Seats. We would now like to present special recognition awards. Lieutenant Commander Pavlik, Chief Honeycutt, would you please come forward to assist me in recognizing these individuals? Petty Officer Gaffney, front and center. The first award is the Inspirational Physical Fitness Award. This student demonstrated a positive attitude and dedication to their fellow classmates to complete the physical fitness requirements. Bosomet A School is one of 2 schools that require students here at Trace and Yorktown to pass the physical fitness test due to the nature of their job. Petty Officer Gonzalez, front and center. The second award is the Academic Excellence Award. This student had the highest overall academic average of 98.1. Thank you, Lieutenant Commander Pavlik. Captain Ray, Would you please join us for the presentation of the next award? Petty Officer Dare, front and center. The final award is the Leadership Excellence Award. This student demonstrated superior qualities, leading by example and helping guide and influence others. Thank you, Captain Ray and Chief Honeycutt. Now, Petty Officer Dare will address the class.
Good morning, Captain Ray, shipmates, and all those who have come from far and wide to join us here today. These 13 weeks with this group has truly been something else. A group who to some might seem as if it was just yesterday when we were reporting to our first units. Well, today I can confidently say that this room is filled with future coxswains, vital boat crew members, and even officers in charge of units throughout the United States Coast Guard. While here at Training Center Yorktown, we have spent roughly 336 hours in the classroom, 68 hours underway, an hour watching Vasquez struggle to play basketball against BM1 Wood, and about 40 seconds of Gaffney watching me cross the finish line before him on the PFT. All jokes aside, every single hour held the purpose of molding us into the best possible bosun's mates we can be. Without a keen knowledge of navigation, boat crew member skills, and boat driving, we would not be able to perform our daily duties as bosun's mates. To my classmates, strive to be the best. Be better than average. Average might be okay, but set the example to a standard that is exceptional. Hold the fact that you're in the Coast Guard high on your shoulders. In 1967, Governor Ronald Reagan stated the following: "Freedom is a fragile thing, and it's never more than one generation away from extinction. It's not ours by way of inheritance. It must be fought for and defended constantly by each generation, for it comes only once to a people. And those in world history who have known freedom and then lost it have never known it again." Classmates, realize that you are a part of this fight for freedom. You are the 1% who stood tall and took an oath of service to this nation. You are the minority. Realize just how lucky we are to be here, to be in these seats right now, representing the world's greatest Coast Guard and the greatest nation to ever exist. Do not waste your time. Do everything you think you can do, and then a little more. So many wish to do what we do every single day. I challenge each and every one of my shipmates to study harder than you ever have before, train with more intensity than you ever have before, and wear your uniform with pride. Be the positive example. Hold yourself in a manner that makes a little kid wanting to join the military want to be just like you, because I know we all once were that little kid. I would like to say thank you to the Bosun's Mate Schoolhouse, the Creek Bosun's Mates, and most importantly of all, my classmates, BM1 Wood and BM1 Waco. All in all, thank you to everyone in this room today. You all played some sort of a role in getting us to these seats.
Thank you, Petty Officer Dare. The time has now come to recognize one last accomplishment for BMA 2502. We will now present the graduation certificates. BMA 2502, attention. Ready, face. Lead out. Will the official party please assist me with the presentation of the graduation certificates? I will announce each graduate and their new assignment. BM3 Wolgemuth, Coast Guard Station, Georgetown, Georgetown, South Carolina. BM3 Vasquez, returning to Coast Guard Station, Kings Point, New York. BM3 Smitherman, Coast Guard Station, Point Judith, Narragansett, Rhode Island. BM3 Sherelle, returning to Coast Guard Station Golden Gate, San Francisco, California. BM3 Santa, returning to Coast Guard Cutter Oliver Berry, Honolulu, Hawaii. BM3 Perkins, returning to Coast Guard Station, Tybee Island, Georgia. BM3 Murray, Coast Guard Cutter Hollyhock, Honolulu, Hawaii. BM3 Montgomery, returning to Coast Guard Cutter Stratton, Alameda, California. BM3 Miller, returning to PSU 309, Port Clinton, Ohio. BM3 McDonald, returning to Coast Guard Cutter Calhoun, Charleston, South Carolina. BM3 Lord, returning to Coast Guard Station Port Aransas, Texas. BM3 Gaffney, returning to PSU 301, Buzzards Bay, Massachusetts. BM3 Gonzalez, returning to PSU 305, Fort Eustis, Virginia. BM3 Dare, Coast Guard Station Charleston, South Carolina. BM3 Lopez, Boat Forces Center, Training Center, Yorktown, Virginia. BM3 Herrera Richardson, returning to Coast Guard Cutter Stone, Charleston, South Carolina. BM3 Hellstern, Coast Guard Station Boston, Massachusetts. BM3 Hebner, returning to Coast Guard Station Port O'Connor, Texas. BM3 Juresi, returning to Coast Guard Cutter Isaac Mayo, Key West, Florida. BM3 Farrell, returning to Coast Guard Cutter Resolute, St. Pete, Florida. BM3 Escobar, returning to Coast Guard Cutter Joseph Doyle, San Juan, Puerto Rico. BM3 Daniel, returning to Coast Guard Station San Key, Clearwater, Florida. BM3 Collins, returning to Coast Guard Station Dolphin Island, Alabama. BM3 Chambers, returning to Coast Guard Station Rochester, New York. BM3 Campbell, returning to Coast Guard Cutter Margaret Norvell, Miami, Florida. BM3 Bradshaw, returning to Coast Guard Cutter Vigilant, Cape Canaveral, Florida. BM3 Blair, returning to Coast Guard Station, St. Joseph, Michigan. BM3 Bashaw, returning to Coast Guard Station, Alexandria Bay, Wellesley Island, New York. BM3 Anderson, returning to Coast Guard Station, Burlington, Vermont. Would you please join me in a round of applause for the graduates of Boatswain Day School 2502, the newest boatswains in the United States Coast Guard. There's one more event to celebrate before the conclusion of this ceremony. It has long been tradition of graduating BMA school class to spike their guidon at the captain's house and disband from there. Please join us as the class forms up for a final time to march to that location. Retrieve the guidon. BMA, class 2502. Ready, face. Lead out.